Few of our festive foods can claim deeper roots than pumpkins. European explorers brought these orange gourds from the New World to Europe in the 1500s. By the 18th century, pumpkin pie had earned a place on the holiday table. To make this delightful and modern pumpkin dessert, you will need, for the shortbread crust, 1½ cups of flour, 1/4 cup of white sugar, 1/2 cup of cold butter, cubed. For the filling, you'll need one 15-ounce can of Libby's pumpkin puree, 2 large eggs, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice, 1 cup of packed brown sugar, 1 12-ounce can of evaporated milk, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Start by preheating your oven to 425 and line an 8x8 baking dish with parchment paper and set aside. Add your 1½ cups of flour into a bowl, 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Using a pastry cutter or a spoon, mix it together. And now it's time to add your cubed butter, cold butter. I grated my butter and left it in the freezer because it's so much easier to cut this in smaller pieces. You can also use a food processor if you have one, but you want to just cut your butter into your flour until you have that nice crumbly texture and blending that we're looking for. Spread the butter, flour, and sugar mixture into your baking dish and spread it around evenly. This is going to be your crust, your shortbread crust. Press this down, and then we'll just put this back in the refrigerator while we make the filling. In a large mixing bowl, you're going to add all the ingredients. I'm using my grandmother's famous mixing Tupperware bowl. For as long as I can remember, all pumpkin pie fillings were mixed in this bowl. Starting with 15 ounces of Libby's pumpkin pie puree into the mixing bowl. In 1929, the Libby's Meat Canning Company of Chicago introduced a line of canned pumpkin. No more roasting, straining your own. And decades later, we're still using Libby's canned pumpkin for our holiday pies. Salt, pumpkin pie spice, brown sugar. Mix it all together. I like using a wire whisk. Oh, smells so good. 2 beaten eggs. And as my Italian friend taught me years ago, always vanilla in pumpkin pie. Mix well. And your final addition will be your 12 ounces of evaporated milk mixed thoroughly. Add your 12 ounces of evaporated milk and mix thoroughly. Once it's all mixed thoroughly, you just pour it on top of your shortbread crust. Now into your preheated 425 oven for 15 minutes. Then lower the heat to 350 and continue baking for another 50 minutes. This is a delightful modern twist of the classic pumpkin pie. It has all the traditional flavors of the season, but in a newer, more elegant incarnation. This recipe is sure to please pumpkin lovers and possibly convert non-pumpkin lovers, but it's sure to become a family favorite.